our full focus right now is on the urgent work of rescue and the hard work of recovery and rebuilding that lies ahead. Yesterday, I spoke with Governor Fallin to make it clear to Oklahomans that they would have all the resources that they need at their disposal.
President Obama just minutes ago assuring that the people of Oklahoma, assuring them that help is on the way as a monumental rescue and recovery effort following yesterday's devastating tornado shifts into high gear. It is Tuesday, May 21st. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. Why, after a spring of modest storm activity, did we suddenly see a violent outburst of tornadoes like the one that blew through Moore, Oklahoma yesterday? Lee Holtz, our veteran science reporter here at the Wall Street Journal, joins me now to explain. You know, we've had this lull in storms, it seemed, and then suddenly this outburst yesterday. Can you talk a little bit about the factors that led up to that, Lee?
Sure, and the question that you pose is the one that meteorologists and weather watchers of all sorts are trying to figure out just now. The past 12 months, May 2012 to this past April, is probably the lowest period of tornado activity in U.S. recorded history, at least going back to the early 50s when our records are reasonably reliable, and the lowest number of fatalities. That record, of course, was shattered in a horrific way in the last couple of days when we have suddenly seen this outburst of tornado activity across Kansas, Nebraska, into Oklahoma. And according to the Storm Center in Norman, Oklahoma, the National Weather Service is saying that we may be expecting more tornadoes later today, possibly some strong ones. Now, the question here is, as you say, why now?
Right.
And the answer is, no one knows. Tornadoes are among the most violent and unpredictable weather events there are. I mean, they're sort of earthquakes of the air. We can tell the broad conditions that lead to their creation. Thunderstorms moving from west to east across the plains.
What about a cold front?
Cold air being brought down, sucked down from the polar regions in Canada by the jet stream as it moves across. Warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf. And it's the clash of these three things that can, under the right circumstances, produce a violent tornado. And they often have no more than 10-15 minutes warning of one of these events.
We're hearing EF4, that being the sort of measurement of this tornado on a scale of 1 to 5. Walk us through exactly what that means and what the EF stands for, indeed.
Well, the EF stands for, is the name of the scientist, Fujita, who concocted the scale, and they've modified it slightly over the years. Basically, EF4 means that this tornado had gusts up to 200 miles per hour, which, as your viewers have kind of seen the images, that's strong enough to lift cars and trucks off the ground,
rip bark off trees,
and demolish even well-constructed concrete buildings. Now, it's important to emphasize that perhaps only 1% of the tornadoes we see every year are this strong. 80% of them are too weak to even really register on this 5-point scale.
There'd been some discussion, Lee, about whether this storm might be upgraded when all was said and done to an EF5, which is the highest level you can get. We don't know if that will happen yet, but the history of EF5s, I mean, those are particularly rare.
Yes, they are, and in a very real way, you can sort of say what the EF5 rating means. Capable of more than 200-mile-an-hour winds, but no upper limit. I mean, it's kind of the meteorological equivalent of just throwing your hands up in the air and going, oh my God.
In terms of climate change, people wondering what, if any, impact that could be having on the severity of tornadoes. What's the scientific take on that?
Well, it may be exactly the other way around. Again, nobody knows for certain because tornadoes as weather systems, as devastating as they may be on the ground, are in fact much too small and sporadic to be effectively simulated by the computer models we have of climate. So the short answer is nobody knows. Now, as it happens, this past spring has been unusually cold and unusually dry.
Right.
I think it's the coldest in that part of the country since 1996, 1997. Now, as those temperatures drop, they of course remove one of the key ingredients for tornado formation. Is that cool season like the artifact of a broader climate change? the experts I talked to today simply shrug their shoulders and say, I wish we had better and bigger and faster and more efficient computer models.
All right, we all do. As you point out, there is more severe weather on the way in that region. We'll continue to follow that and continue to come to you, Lee Holtz. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.